Right wing for Charlie DeSilly. Over midfield, Mohamed Atay, DeSilly looking for Straub. Straub challenged in there, trying to break to the net. Good foot trap in there by Hall. Lifts it into the goal mouth, and Miner just had it knocked away by Moffitt, and I believe we have an offside call on the far side, or a pushing by the linesman Howard Niels from St. Louis.
Pushing on Carl Miner. He made a hard effort to win that ball in the air, but got too anxious and put his hand on the defender's back. Gene, the Tornado midfield with Mike Renshaw and Roy Turner has been outstanding. Their work rate is unbelievable. They're winning a lot of tackles, and they really are able to dominate midfield at this time.
There's Cooper. We have exactly 11 minutes remaining in the first half. Remember, we go home with a winner tonight. There'll be sudden death overtime, 2 15-minute periods, and if you're still tied at the end of that, they'll have a penalty kick playoff.
The great thing about the Philadelphia Adams, if they bring this championship home, Philadelphia will be in its glory, because they won the amateur national championship some months ago by the Philadelphia Inter Club, and now if they win this professional championship, it will be an unbelievable thing for Philadelphia fans.
There's Renshaw, being shadowed by Evans. Startzel almost picks it off. It goes to Benedek. Lifts. There's Trevis clearing it away, and he's got a tremendous ability with that head defensively, Walter.
Trevis is a schemer. He has all the intelligence that you want to know. He holds a coaching license, so he can really organize his defense.
Beautiful play by Evans. Gets inside his man. Lifts through to Straub. Straub almost tripped up to the end line. It rolls off, and we'll have a corner kick.
Again, here's where we try to tell you for the last 30 minutes. You must go to Roy Evans. Let him build the play for the Adams, because with this kind of a situation, he has the ability to come up and even score goals.
Third corner kick of the first half, and Walter, a fine addition to fans' information here is that the running stats are flashed up periodically on the board, so you know save, shots, corner kicks, and violations. O'Neill lifts one in. There's Dunleavy up, lifts one over the net. As Cooper in the black shirt with the orange one covers that play. Waller, a lot of the fans sometimes are not familiar with soccer, want to know why the goaltenders wear different jerseys.
This is just to have a distinction or a contrast from his team and the opponent's team, and some of them even psychologically wear different colors because they've had outstanding games, so they keep that particular color.
I guess probably, too, as a guide to the referee to know the one man who's allowed to play that ball with the hands.
Yes.
There's Straub to DeSilly. Lifting it through to Straub, trying to beat Benedict to it. Does. Lifts it into the corner, tries to center, and slides off the end line. You know, I tell you right now, DeSilly and Straub are showing no hesitation to move in there. They're playing with a little more fervor and a little more aggressiveness, and much to their credit, they're in a very, very tight situation tonight under the pressure of having to replace the number one and number two scorers of this club and the league's second and third most valuable players, Probin and Pryat.
Gene, they're out there with a lot of confidence now. They give you the impression that they've played the entire season and they're working well together, and I think it's a matter now of time that they coordinate a quick score.
There's a play through to Straub, cleared out by Benedict. Bardo, who's one of the great chest trappers that we've seen in this or any league. Off it goes to Ilya Mitic, looking for Renshaw on the far side. And we asked Charlie DeSilly, Walter, why... Back at magnificent Texas Stadium, to your left, the owner of the Philadelphia Adams, Tom McCluskey. To your right, one of the guiding forces behind the start of the American Football League, the great Kansas City Chiefs, a benefactor and the starter of the North American Soccer League, and the owner of the Dallas Tornado, Lamar Hunt. And sir, it's our pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Gene.
Tom, you too.
Thanks very much, Gene.
Is this true that Tom McCluskey bet you 2 tons of Philadelphia scrapple against an oil well in this game?
My gosh, I hadn't heard about it. I used to go to school up near Philadelphia at Pottstown, and I know about that scrapple. I know about the oil wells, too.
Mr. Hunt and Mr. McCluskey, in the past years they're saying, can soccer make it? So we're going to eliminate that question because obviously it has by the success here in Dallas and Philadelphia. So what, sir, do you see for the future of this league?
Well, Gene, I think I wouldn't say we're without problems, but I think soccer does have great potential. I think the crowds, especially that they've drawn in Philadelphia this year, are so significant for a first-year team. And I think they've proved to the rest of the league, which has been struggling for 4 or 5 years, and they've proved to many cities that don't have soccer now that maybe soccer does have some potential. I think it has a lot, and I'll confess I'm interested in all sports, and I think the game is a great game and a fine game for American children, and I think it would be a good thing to see it grow.
Tom, how do you feel after your year? You're really happy you got into this business instead of football?
Well, Gene, you know, I tried the football, but now I must say I am really a soccer fan. This is a very, very exciting sport. And naturally, we're elated about how well we've done in Philadelphia this year. I must confess, when we took the franchise, we thought we'd draw perhaps maybe half as many as we wound up drawing. So we've got to be very happy, and I think gives us a chance now. We've established the franchise in Philadelphia, and what it's going to do now is give us a chance to really go out and get these people to come on down there next year and really support us. I think we'll draw really fine crowds next year.
Gentlemen, I think one of the most significant things this year, the three top rookies, Bob Rigby, Joe Fink, your Kyle Rowe Jr., three Americans, and is the ultimate an all-American force in the North American Soccer League.
I doubt if we'll ever see the day when it'll be all-American, because I think that's one of the advantages that America has as a country, is that people from all over the world want to come here and live. But I think this year in the league, 35% of the players were American or Canadian born, and I think we're going to see a day within 3 or 4 years where maybe 75% of the players in the league will be American born.
Tom, and I know you're proud that 6 of the starting players tonight for the Adams are American-born.
Very proud, and I think that's no question had a lot to do with our success in the attendance in Philadelphia. 5 of them, I think, are from the Philadelphia area, and that's helped.
Of course, and you have a hero now, former football star at SMU, Kyle Rowe, and his son, Kyle Rowe Jr. That's certainly got to be a factor to help soccer here.
Well, it obviously is. Kyle was a big star at SMU here in Dallas, and is, of course, so well known nationally, and his son is just a very fine young man and a heck of a soccer player.
Hey, before we go, can I get some inside information? How about the Chiefs this year?
Well, we're optimistic. Preseason right now, and I'll maybe can tell you a little more in December.
Tom, we talked a little bit before with Bob Ellinger about indoor soccer, and would you like to see that come to fruition?
Well, I saw one game in Atlanta that Dallas played against Atlanta about 2 months ago. And as exciting as this is, believe it or not, that thing's even more exciting. I think the one feature of it is that on the goal kicks, you get the rebound, and it comes back off the boards, and instead of getting one goal kick, maybe 1 or 2 every moment or so, there you get maybe 6 or 8 in about 30 seconds, and the scoring's higher, and it's just much more exciting, I think.
That certainly should be another addition to our winter scene. Gentlemen, Lamar Hunter, the Dallas Tornado, Tom McCluskey, the Philadelphia Adams, our congratulations on your great season and continued good success in the NASL and with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Thanks.
We'll be back with the start of the second half of play with the score here, Dallas nothing and Philadelphia nothing after these messages.
This is Walt Chiswich back at Dallas Stadium with some quick analysis of the first half and also some statistics. First, we might say that the Philadelphia Adams have somewhat of an edge. They've dominated first half play, and hopefully in the second half they come out and continue this kind of domination and score a quick goal. Tornado has organized well their defense, and it's very difficult for the Adams now to penetrate. So we hope to see some quick adjustments at halftime, and Coach Moore coming up with some other ideas, as he has done in the past very, very capably. In statistics, we find that shots at goal, the visitors, Philadelphia Adams, having 10, Dallas Tornado with 4. Saves, Bob Rigby, 1 save, Ken Cooper, 4 saves. In fouls, the Adams dominated this area with 9, Dallas 3. And offsides, both teams having 1 offsides. Corner kicks, we find that the Adams are leading in that area 3-1. So really, if we would say the statistics tell a story, then the Adams have dominated the first half, and hopefully they will continue to put this kind of pressure on the Dallas Tornado team. If the Adams are able to bring the ball down on the ground and pace their play in the second half, there's no question that they will come home victorious and bring the first championship to the Philadelphia area fans. And back to Gene.
Gene Hart back here at the television booth, Channel 17, at just superb Texas Stadium. Across the fairway above the lower seated area, you see glasses. That goes all the way around on 2 levels, and they are all super boxes that range in prices up to $100,000 for mere occupation. And after that, it's up to the tenant to refurbish or furbish it in any way they see fit. And as we've seen here as we go through, everything from Danish modern to Louis XIV, and really one of the superb edifices for sports in the world today. Again, it is a partial roof with the area above the upper deck open, a roof covering the seating area at the ends and on the side, with the open area sort of like a sunroof of an automobile that extends the length of the actual turf area itself and as wide, so that the sun shines through here during the day, and basically it protects against rain. There you get a chance to see it now. Really one of the 8th wonders of the world. They've got them both here, the enclosed Astrodome in Houston and this great Texas Stadium in Irving, which is just a few miles outside of the city of Dallas, Texas. Again, no score in the first half. As we start the second half, it will be the Adams kicking off and moving the ball from our right to our left. They're wearing silver and blue uniforms with the dark blue numerals. And the Dallas Tornado wearing a basic dark blue shirts with orange trim, white with orange trim numbers, and lighter blue pants, white stockings. You see there's Kyle Rowe Jr., 6 foot, 180 pounds. To him, Muhammad Atay, 5'5", 145 pounds. Renshaw wearing number 11, and behind is number 10, Ilya Midic. There's 17. Billy Straub, 10 All-American, obtained by the Adams at mid-season from the Montreal Olympique, and to his right, Charlie Ducilli. Play is on. No score as we start the second half. There's O'Neill. Renshaw now controls. Bardo and Renshaw collide. Ball free, still no possession. Finally, Atay takes it away. Plays back into his own zone. The defensive back Best quickly upfield. Slides off Rote forward to Ridley, who's in the game, I believe, for the first time starting the second half. Number 7, Bob Ridley, an Australian.
Jeannie Jess was replaced coming in the second half, and I guess Ron Newman, the coach of Tornadoes, hoping to put in a fresh man and outrun the Adams defense.
There's Atay, kept under control. He's got great speed. Playing off to the near side to Bobby Moffett, quickly over midfield, dribbling along the near side, penetrating, playing through, and there's a shot, up and over, and the shot was by Kyle Rowe.
Both teams are now perspiring very heavily. The heat down below is very high. It's about 98 to 100 degrees, and a crowd of over close to 18,000 people certainly causing more heat, and the game is becoming very taxing to these players.
I might point out that the Adams party, the players particularly, were regretful that the game was not in Philadelphia, not merely for the home field edge, but they thought that the fans had been so tremendous that they deserved it. And we're going to have the first corner kick of the night for the Tornado, and we asked Bob Rigby just what he feared most defensively from a corner kick.
Any ball that's at a distance where I'd have to worry about if I can get the ball or not. Anything that's maybe a little bit too far out of my reach, but I still think I should cover.
There it was. You saw, as Bob Rigby described, he had to make the move with that ball and was able to punch it out of harm's way.
He's doing this quite well now, Gene. In the beginning, he had some problems adjusting to the 18-yard area play, but certainly the second half of the season, he has gained a lot of confidence, and now he comes out very strong and wins a lot of balls in the 18.
Ridley and Evans collide. It goes off Evans, and it will be played in along the near side by Bob Ridley. into Atay. Atay deep in the corner. Tries to throw it in, and it's blocked by Trevis. And once again, the Tornado have a corner kick.
Tornado has come out very aggressively here, and I think the strategy, they want to come out quickly, maybe get a goal and sit on it, and hopefully to win the championship. So the Adams must be extra careful in the next few minutes.
Right played in by Atay to Bloomfield, lifted in on Rigby, and playing the net well, doesn't make the grab and lets it hit off of the end line, and so the Adams have a free kick, an indirect from their own goal line, or from the 12-yard marker area.
Actually, that was a poor chip by Atay. I think he wanted to loop it deep, but he did take his eye off the ball and miskicked it out of bounds.
You know, on the early stages, the first 3 minutes of this second half, Walter, the Tornado have played both times to the near wing and penetrated Atay twice, and I just wonder whether that might be a plan of attack or it just happened to come the two openings.
I think they want to go to Bob Ridley, a freshman, number 7. He has just come in the game. He's rested, and he's ready to go, so they want to go here and maybe capitalize from that area.
There's Cooper lifting it out along the near side. Ridley beats Evans to it, but Trevis picks it right out of the air and drives it back into the Tornado zone. Evans clears it up along the near side. Racing forward is Miner. He'll get there first. He's got Ducilli in front. And the shot, or the clearing pass, is blocked by Hall. And it carried off Miner, and what appeared to be a corner kick is just going to be a goal kick by the Tornado.
A fine play by Dick Hall. A strong defender again, compliments Johnny Best and does a fine job in the defense.
With no score and 41 minutes remaining, we'll return to the action in just 30 seconds. With 40 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in regulation play, we're in the second half. We have no score, Dallas and Philadelphia. Dallas is really making a play into Atay, bounces away from Trevis, but he recovers and beats Atay, who's much the smaller man. Now there's Ridley in close, driving, and it was deflected by Bob Smith, who seemed to take that one in the midsection, doubled over briefly, but play is on the throw in the near side by Renshaw. So Moffitt playing into the goal area, cleared out on a good head by Smith, and we have a push from behind by Bobby Moffitt against Carl Miter, and the Adams will make the free upfield. 40 minutes remaining in regulation play. And we say that because if we're tied at the end of 90 minutes, we'll have two 15-minute periods of sudden death. And again, if there's no decision after that half hour of extra play, we'll go into a penalty kick situation, and we'll explain that a little bit later on if that possibility seems to come up.
Gene, it's obvious now that the team that's going to be the most fittest is going to win this game. It's very hot down there, and a team that has been training hard the entire season, I think, will eventually win this game.
There's Bardo. Off to Startzel. Oh, he's tripped, and we have a foul. And we're going to have a direct free from that point, Walter?
Direct kick, and this is a dangerous situation. A good chance for the Adams to try to score, and here's a replay.
Back to live action. There's the play by O'Neill. Header missed. It's right in the goal mouth, and Miner can't get the shot in on the goal as it was twisted around. And it came away as Ridley clears it upfield past Bardo. And that time we noticed they didn't have Rote upfield, but they had him in the goal mouth area, so there was no Tornado downfield. They're clearing into O'Neill. O'Neill's right on in. Oh, and he kicks it over the net. There's Miner. A shot. Hits the post on the outside and goes off the sideline. That was Ducilli.
This was a great opportunity for the Adams. O'Neill having a chance to score, and watch this on replay.
There was the opportunity, and it just hit the outside of the post as Ducilli could not get the angle to drive it to the net.
The first stage, O'Neill, a little calmer if he was at that time, would have had him and put the Adams 1-0 ahead.
The mistake, and here comes Bardo. In on the net, there's Straub, gets the head to Startzel with a drive. Didn't get a good foot on it and deflected off to the near side.
A fine play by Billy Straub. Rather than going to the goal, he brought the ball back, laying it nicely on Stanley Startzel's left foot. However, miskicking Stanley wasn't able to score.
We asked Stanley what the difference is between the Startzel who plays so well here and the one that did not play during the middle of the season.
Well, Gene, I think it was a matter of, first of all, positioning. I was in the wrong position last year in New York,
started out on the left wing, which was a little bit foreign this year. Now at midfield, I think I'm where I belong. It's also a matter of confidence, because I have the confidence of the 10 other players around me now, but more importantly, the confidence in myself.
That was Stan Startzel wearing the number 8, the former Penn All-American with the ball now.
Stan had 3 great years at the University of Pennsylvania, getting a lot of goals in the attack when he played there.
Cleared into the goal mouth. Miner just can't reach it, and Cooper's out quickly to cover. As the teams are opening up a little more, and there are more scoring opportunities here in the first 8 minutes of this half, Walter, than there was in the entire first half. Guess these clubs realize you cannot play for a tie.
Gene, I think that also they're a little bit tired now, and they're playing a little bit more with their heads rather than physically, and a lot of intelligent play is evident now in the field.
Travis breaks the ball away from Roth. High drive into the Tornado zone. Heading it out is Blumfield to a take. Good pass upfield to Roth, who has trouble controlling. Now he's hit from behind by Smith. There's a booing here. Now they almost play through. There's Roth on the near side and sending it for Ridley, and Evans was on the spot to clear to O'Neill. Now we have a violation, an offside, or a violation, upfield against the pushing against
Roy Turner.
Right.
Roy Turner pushing from behind, and Adams gets the kick.
36 minutes remaining in regulation time, and we have no score. There's Startzel. Back pass to Trevis, in deep. Plays it off Mohamed Atay, but it's not a deflection. It's off Trevis, and we have Tornado playing upfield. Here's another reminder about Bonanza. Back on Channel 17 this fall. Ben Cartwright and his sons on the giant Ponderosa Ranch. We're really happy to see it return. I'm sure you will be every night at 7. I hope you'll watch it. Bonanza, back this fall on Channel 17. Down into Tornado zone with the ball is Best. It goes off the touchline on the side, and the Adams will have a toss-in.
Gene, Derek Trevis is doing a fantastic job this evening, overlapping from his center back spot. By overlapping, meaning coming up in the attack and supporting the attack, and hopefully put more pressure on the Tornado defense.
Trying to keep it in, and almost doing it is Hall. But again, we have a touchline throw-in, this time handled by Startzel.
Startzel, likewise, second half has come into his zone. He's putting a lot more pressure on his defender, and he's getting more into the game.
Bardo loops it off to the near side to Miner, is challenged by Moffitt. They both miss. Moffitt recovers, though, and sends it up to midfield. Racing for it is Roth and Dunleavy. Dunleavy gets it, but it goes to Atay. Atay has it kicked away by O'Neill on a great cover-up defensive play, and the Adams are showing every reason why tonight, Walter. They were the #1 defensive team with only 14 goals allowed in 20 regular season games and 1 in playoff action.
Gene, they don't allow any team to play. Their physical conditioning is fantastic. Midfielders are working hard. Georgie O'Neill from Scotland, a great worker on the field. Barry Bardo, another one. So they don't allow any freedom for this attack of Tornado. And this is why they've been so successful the entire year.
Trevis is probably the greatest exponent of that sliding scissor trap to prevent the ball going through his legs and protecting either side, and really domineering on 1-on-1 when the man with the ball often has the edge. There's Blumfield to the middle, throwing it in towards the net, past Roth. Dunleavy covers, tries to keep it in as Roth made the challenge and couldn't. Oh, yes, they said he did. So we're going to have the corner kick. I thought the booing here implied that the referee had signaled a goal kick.
This is a dangerous situation. That ball should have rolled out. Chris Dunleavy wasn't thinking at that time, and giving Tornadoes an opportunity to put in the corner in a very dangerous situation.
Third corner kick of this half. We've played 11 minutes. We have no score in the game. Bob Ridley will do the right foot. Out deep and to no one. Bardo over there to cover. Gets past Ilya Mitic and brings the ball upfield. He has clear sailing as defensively Tornado dropped back quickly. Bardo through to Miner. Miner looking for the shot. Tries to get inside his man. Does! A shot! Great save by Cooper. And a great play by Carl Miner.
Gene, Barry Bardo, first of all, taking the ball low for 70 yards. And watch the replay where Carl Miner tries to score.
And we're back to live action. No score, and there was a great play by Carl Miner, who went outside, then drew inside with the left foot and almost opened this game scoring. There's Evans. Lopes went into the center. Stroud placed to Miner, but it bounces off the back of him as the play trailed him. Upfield now, Bloomfield. Challenged by O'Neill. They break past Evans, though. Playing up on the near side to Ridley. Fresh man. Ridley lifts it into the goal area. Roth. Beaten again by Dunleavy, who's just playing superbly against Kyle Road Jr.
Chris Dunleavy here fighting Carl Road, and Bobby Smith, tremendous cover in the defense, winning the ball freely and clearing it.
Bob Smith breaks that play up to midfield, but Ridley covers it and sends it back to Bloomfield. Through to Renshaw. Left wing pass. Covering that ball for the Adams is Miner. Tornado get it back. Bob Ridley along the near side wearing number 7. Slides through to Mohamed Atay. Atay challenged by Smith, and we're going to have Smith believed for pushing along the near touchline to our right.
Sometimes this is not a bad play to do. Atay does a fantastic play here, dribbling in the air over Smith's head, so Smith decided, well, I better stop him before he scores, and certainly we call it a little bit of gamesmanship, but you must do it to prevent a score at times.
Direct free, it can go in. Watch the head by Rhodes. Covered by Dunleavy, so he couldn't direct it goalward, and Startzel quickly gets it out of harm's way. Moffett climbs up over Miner 16 to drive it back to the Adams goal. Covered, though, by Straub and sent to Startzel. That's Miner. Miner, play broken up by Best number 4. Here comes Vidic. Drive on the net. And Rigby made the save, and with the score, Adams nothing, Tornado nothing, 31 minutes left in regulation play. We'll pause for 30 seconds.
Very good, guys. So far, we're doing fine. Just after that surprise.
Back at Texas Stadium, Stroud heading it into the corner. DeSilly wants to settle it, traps it at the end line. Can't make a play, and it's cleared out nicely by Best along the far side to the touchline, and we'll have a throw in quickly by O'Neill to Startzel.
Gene, in the second half, a great adjustment. Al Muller probably telling his players, go more to Roy Evans. He has a lot of space on the left side, and they're giving him the ball now, consequently putting a lot of pressure on the Tornado defense.
That's Ridley, who's been the only substitution in the game. Battling Trevis, shoots it into the middle, and there's Smith beating Rhodes to the play and heads it back cleverly to Rigby.
A fine play by Bobby Smith, and you might say in 1 year he has gained tremendous experience playing in this league, and only at 21 he has a great future for the Philadelphia Adams.
There's a play, and we have a whistle, and we have a push, and that'll be called against Roy Turner, number 6. And again, Walter, for new soccer fans, the difference between a direct and an indirect free.
A direct kick is where a player is permitted to score on goal directly without anyone assisting him. Indirect, you must push it to another teammate before the ball can go in the net.
Travis looping into the goal to Straub. He fires it in on the net, and DeSilly just failed to get there in time, and the fans boo here, or make that minor. The fans boo as if Cooper were hit, but he really wasn't. It went down from the momentum of the save. That's Ridley, number 7. Left wing to Ilya Mitic from Yugoslavia.